What's up, YouTube? It's the girl left again, back at it again with another video. I am super excited to be sitting here again and recording for you guys. As you guys can see, I am outside, finally getting some vitamin C in my system because being quarantined honestly is terrible. I hate being inside. I hate being forced away from people. I hate being by myself, but it'll be okay because hopefully I pray that it is all over soon. If anything, you guys can at least go outside into your backyards, you know, take a little breath, take a little fresh air. You know, it's all good for everybody. I do want to thank you guys all for all the love that you guys have shown me on my first video. It honestly means a lot. Like honestly, truly it does. But enough of this. I know that you guys are excited for this video, so I'm just going ahead and jump right into it, okay? Atlanta, I have some questions. Like, why is traffic always so bad? Here, let me give you a reference on what I mean. So I live about like 10 to 15 minutes away from downtown Atlanta. And last semester I took a 9:30 class. Yes, I know, 9:30 in the morning. What was I thinking? I promise you, no classes before 11 o'clock for me. Because honestly, traffic is what made it so bad. Because I would never make it on time because with the factors of traffic and parking and pedestrians who just don't care about getting hit and just walking all over the place, and homeless people pandering me for money, I would never make it on time to my 9:30 class. So I learned my lesson. But the biggest factor, it was traffic. It was me living 10 to 15 minutes away. I felt like it would be fine, like I would be okay, but I was greatly mistaken. So I started driving less than a year ago, actually, from this point. And when I first started driving, when I first got my first car, which was like a month or so, a little less than a month after I got my license, it was, you know, time for school to start in August. So I got my car, drove to Atlanta by myself for the first time. It was first time I got my car was the first time I driven by myself. Like, I've never driven by myself. I always had somebody in the car. I always had, you know, like someone who knows what they're doing. So they would always, you know, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me, you know, help me out. So when the first time I got my car and I was driving to Atlanta, it was actually really rough for me because it was the first time I've driven on the highway by myself. And it was super hard because it was like traffic time. Trucks will bully you off the road. They were trying to bully me off the road. So I was already super scared and nervous all over the place because I never really left like the first or second lane because I started learning how to drive like in Atlanta. So like I knew what to expect for the most part. But driving from my parents' house to my apartment with my new car by myself for the first time on the highway during like 2 o'clock lunchtime, rush hour, it was very hard because people were bullying me off the road. People with road rage was trying to get all over, like attack me. Like it was just very overwhelming. But we made it okay. Nothing happened other than, you know, quite, you know, a little fear in my heart, but that didn't stop me. But traffic in Atlanta, especially for a newbie or somebody who's just haven't really driven in Atlanta, is really rough because people don't know what they're doing. And people actually tend to forget what they're doing when they're driving in Atlanta. It's like, if you're driving anywhere else, oh, it's fine. You know, they know the rules, they know what's happening. But it seems like every time you hit Atlanta, it's like it goes one ear and goes out the other. Like everybody forgets what they're doing. Like they forget how to do everything and it literally makes no sense. And I never understood it until I started driving in Atlanta. Because when I drive like to other places, it's like it's fine. Like everybody like knows what they're doing. Everybody gets it, but Atlanta people get it together. Road rage in Atlanta is honestly a real thing. 100% it's a real thing. And road rage, according to the Webster Dictionary, it's a violent anger caused by stress and frustration involved during motor vehicles in difficult conditions. But to me, Atlanta road rage is people bullying you off the road and people doing stupid stuff and then looking at you like you're the problem. Like people won't be looking where they're going and just merging on. And when you almost hit them, they look at you and they're just like, are you gonna hit me though? No, you're not? All right. And then they just move on. Like you actually have to watch out for not only you, but everybody else on the road. So please. You're also more likely to get in an accident in Atlanta than if you weren't living in Atlanta. I got in my first real accident. First one was like a little fender bender. Literally nothing happened to my car, nothing happened to their car. But my first like real accident was in January of this year. I was on 85 and enough said. Like we were literally stopped. And then next thing I know, I was in a 4-car accident. But I'm okay. I had to get a new car since then, but it's perfectly fine. And I know a lot of people who has never been in an accident, but because I live in Atlanta, I have a greater risk of being in an accident than if I was living anywhere. And a lot of people can attest to that because Atlanta drivers, again, just don't know how to drive or pay attention. They don't know how to get off their phones. They drive when they're sleepy, or they just don't know how to drive and they're just driving because people just giving everybody a license apparently. Another question for you, Atlanta, is why are there so many one-way streets? Like living downtown, it was hard when all the streets were one way and you didn't know where you're going. And so if you missed your first turn, be prepared to add another like 10 minutes to your route to make it, because you have to literally drive all the way around. And because most of the streets are one-way streets, it will take you a lot longer to get there than if you were like somewhere else and you just have to quickly do a little U-turn. There's not a lot of places where you can do a U-turn because of all the one-way streets, which also leads me to the point of, if you don't know how to parallel park, I'm gonna need you to learn before you come to Atlanta. Because if you don't know how to parallel park, you're gonna have a hard time. And you'll also be paying a lot more for parking than if you did know how to parallel park, if that makes sense. Because of course, along all these one-way streets, there is a lot of parallel parking places. And those tend to be the cheapest places to park, especially if you are trying to be in and out somewhere, instead of paying for like these open lots where you have to pay for like the entire day or for a couple hours, even though you're just trying to be in and out of somewhere, which is a really foreign concept for me because I grew up in the suburbs where everything was free parking. Like you didn't have to know how to parallel park because everything was an open lot or a parking garage where you didn't have to worry about these things. But living in Atlanta now, like you have to know, or you'll be spending a lot more money, a lot more time. Don't try to learn how to parallel park in Atlanta because people will hit you because again, they're not paying attention or they're just not patient enough and they think they have enough space. And when you're all up in the road blocking people from going, they tend to get a lot meaner to you. So learn how to parallel park before you come to Atlanta. Learn how to parallel park in general. But if you do have to use an open lot, I do advise everybody to get this app. I will put the app in the description box so you guys know, but this app will literally save you so much money if you're visiting Atlanta, if you have to park in Atlanta. This will literally help you so much. This app will literally shows you the cheapest parking. We'll always give you the cheapest parking price for that specific parking place. Like if you go to an open lot and you're paying, for the usual, it's like $8 to $10 for the entire day. But say there's like a convention or like when the Super Bowl is in town or like if the Olympics come back. So there's going to be like a lot of people in Atlanta. They definitely go and raise those prices up. Like when the Super Bowl was here, parking was like $8 and then it jumped up to like $40 for parking your car the entire day. So if you have this app, you will be paying that $8 price instead of that $40 price if you just go to the little ticket slot thing. If you just go to the app, put in your license plate thing, and then you pay it directly, and you'll be paying that small price compared to that bigger price. So definitely download that app if you need to park anywhere in Atlanta for like an extended amount of time. Definitely get that app. I know that I have been talking forever, so I'm just gonna let you guys go. That will be the end of this video. It's okay, because this is the after party and I'm just gonna be truthful about everything that I feel. Atlanta traffic was definitely one of those things that annoyed me greatly, and I definitely had to get it out. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that ringer so you will be notified on every time that I post. Always feel free to share with your friends, share with your dog walker, share with your local grocery store clerk, whoever, it doesn't matter. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow my YouTube, Instagram at The After Party, which will also be down in the description box. And also my main Instagram at _after_. And till next time, my name is After, and this is The After Party. And you're always invited. And we out.